What's going on, people? Soul here. OG member of MM. Something that I like to do originally is just I throw out some fearless strikes. So I'll throw a jab straight, jab hook, maybe a jab uppercut. If they're walking me down, jab uppercut, rear to the body. A good thing about this is you can tell right away how familiar your opponent is with punishing certain strikes. So if you're throwing the rear body uppercut or the rear body hook and your opponent isn't trying to punish you with that uppercut, then you know automatically that the body is most likely going to be open. And you can also do the jab straight, which is a lot less risky than the rear hook, because if you get caught with the uppercut, it does major damage. So yeah, see, it's in a meteor rock. You can slip. If your opponent isn't walking you down, then I would just recommend those fearless strikes. The jab straight, jab rear hook, maybe some double hooks, front kick. It really just depends on what your opponent is doing and how they're reacting to your strikes. Quick reads you can make on your opponent based on how they're moving. So, you know, when you're throwing those fearless strikes out, your opponent is going to catch on and move that head. And look at my stamina. It's just going down at a tremendous rate. This is not good at all because, like I explained in the first round, he can punish as well to the body off my whiff. Look at that. Look at that. Tremendous damage. And that's just off slipping. And he's not risking anything by just holding that block and slipping. So I'm going to show you how to punish. The knee, great way. Front kick, great way. The uppercuts. And I would highly recommend just doubling up, just not being scared, because when he's in this position, he has nothing to gain and everything to lose, unless I'm not playing smart and I'm just you know, throwing high kicks, you know, just things that can be ducked very easily. So I just want you guys to make sure that you're paying attention to how your opponent is moving their head. Now, something else that's very common is the side to side. Now this is tricky, the side to side. So for this, I would highly recommend hooks, overhands. The hooks are a great way to deal with that. And a lot of players will go sideways and then down. So this is where the hooks followed by the uppercuts come in. See? You have to recognize that when your opponent is shelled up, you have the advantage and you cannot be scared. You have to take the initiative and make them stop. You have to make them stop. Now, the pull is a little bit more complicated. Now, I would highly recommend just filling out how your opponent pulls, because those pull elbows are very deadly. So we're gonna demonstrate that. Very deadly. So I would highly recommend just you know, being very intelligent about how you deal with your opponent's head movement, because, you know, you can either win or lose it based on how you deal with it. Tremendous body damage just off that. Now he's trying to get that pull elbow. We're denying that, and I bet you your opponent is not going to pull it anymore, and instead they'll go forward. So they'll lean forward. Now those head kicks, those uppercuts. Now you're controlling your opponent. they're moving their head based off of you instead of dodging. So just pay attention. Don't be scared of this. You know, you can do the body, or you know, that feeler shot, the jab, rear to the body, the lead. Just make sure you're paying attention to where they're moving, because if he goes right, that overhand is not going to land, and then boom, he can go body, head, and just really mix it up on me. So you really just want to make sure that you're paying attention to how they're moving. Now, I would also, I'd also recommend going head body to an opponent that's moving a lot. So you can go jab to the body, jab, kick to the body, and it's just all very, very, very dangerous. So you just really want to control your opponent and not let them dictate the fight with how they're moving.